Yay Networks.
I'm Molly Kimball. Welcome to Fueled, a wellness and nutrition podcast. I'm a registered dietitian and nutrition journalist with a passion to help people live their strongest, healthiest life possible. In my weekly TV segments and columns, there's a limited amount of time and space to cover everything, but there's so much more to share. This podcast is my opportunity to dive deeper into the topics you want to know about. This week's episode is something completely different than anything we've done in the years that I've been doing this podcast. I am flipping the script with a 9-year-old. So I'm excited for you guys to hear my impromptu interview of me by 9-year-old Josh Bertram. So he's asking me questions about wellness, nutrition, and we're just talking about the things that kids talk about. And a kid's perspective is just, it's everything. So seeing the world of wellness, nutrition, and also just the wonder and the questions, seeing this all through the lens of a child is enlightening for all of us. And I'll tell y'all a little bit about how this came to be and how I'm sharing this podcast with y'all. But also, I think this is something that we want to do as a regular thing. It was a blast for me. And it made me realize that kids see things in a totally different way. There's things that we as adults, we take for granted. We make really strong assumptions. There's things that we feel like just are because they're so ingrained in us. And we may not even question why we think something, why we do certain things, why we have certain preconceived notions about whether it's food or behaviors or whatever it might be. And kids see things in a totally pure and different way. So here's what I'm thinking that we can do on a regular basis. If you've got questions that your kids are asking you, but send me your kids' questions through email or message me on social, or even better yet, your kids can ask their questions themselves. I'm going to leave the number for my office line that is a confidential voicemail, but they can leave their questions themselves and then we can air their questions directly. Just let me know if you want to say their first name or whatever it might be, whatever you're comfortable with. Again, I'll put all of my contact information in the episode notes, but it can be questions directly from your kids that you're hearing. Ask them, like, what are things that you want to know, or what are things that maybe they see that you're doing or talking about, or what your behaviors are. It can be specifically nutrition. It can be anything wellness centered. But what are questions either they're asking you, maybe you ask them as a direct result of listening to this podcast, you turn to them and say, hey, what are some things you're wondering? Or they may just be things that they've been asking you all along the way. And it would be things that would be maybe fun or funny or enlightening for all of us to hear. So the way this came about, a friend of ours, a couple that we're friends with, my husband went to college with a guy, Lance, and we see them every few years get together, especially with Lance and his wife. But we met one of their kids years ago, like over a decade ago. And so they brought their kids in. They were visiting from Chicago, brought their kids. And their 9-year-old, Josh, was just, playing around our yard. We're sitting out on the porch. We're just talking, catching up with them. And he's just so curious. And he's looking at everything. He's checking out things in the backyard. And he's got like some really good questions just anyway. And he's a cool kid. And his mom's like, are you okay? He's like, he's always touching things and, looking around. I'm like, no, that's great. So he was inside, outside, and he comes around from inside and he comes outside and he looks at me. He's like, so there's something in there and it looks like maybe it's for like a radio or like a podcast interview. Do you know what that is? And I'm like looking at him. I start laughing. I'm like, do I know what it is? He's like, well, okay, it's in your house. So obviously you do know what it is. What is it? So I said, well, come, let's play with it. So I just was like, started out by, put the little headset on him that I use and the mic. 'Cause it's just cool. 'Cause even if you're not recording, you can hear yourself and it just sounds cool. But he's like, okay, I'm going to interview you. So he just immediately, this is my first real conversation with him that y'all are about to hear. There was no background information that he got. They literally walk into our house, introduced to the kids. The kids are just kind of occupying themselves. We're catching up with the parents. He hasn't even really established himself with me at this point, or I haven't established myself with him at all. And so what y'all are about to hear is just him completely off the cuff. Interviewing. So when we first started talking and mock interviewing me, there was no, I wasn't recording it. I was like, hang on for just a sec. So I get the recording chip, put it in there and played it to a couple of friends. I'm like, what do y'all think? They were like, this is hilarious. air it, use it as a podcast. So thank you to his parents, Lance and Deb, for giving me the green light to do this. And thank you, Josh, for being as cool and game as you were to play along with this. I had a blast being interviewed. I hope that our listeners do have more kids questions that you want to submit, because this is a really fun thing for me. I would love to share kids questions either directly from your kids, again, if they want to record their question, and you can leave it on my voicemail, or you just want to email me their questions. And Josh can help me out with asking them and kind of talking back and forth, bouncing around our ideas to answer their questions. So with that, here you go. My interviewing me by 9-year-old Josh Bertram.
Hi, it is Joshua Bertram here with Molly from Fueled, the radio podcast. You might have heard of it. If you didn't, that's okay too. What's your favorite part about Fueled?
Okay, the favorite part about Fueled and doing the podcast is being able to interview people who are experts in stuff that I'm not. And so I get to learn from them. So every time I'm having a conversation with them, I'm learning so much about some aspect of nutrition or wellness that I didn't know before.
That's really cool. Just like we're doing now.
Exactly.
Except instead it's me doing this.
I like it. Yes, I'm usually on the other side of it, so I like sitting in this chair.
Yeah. What days do you do your podcast?
I do it, well, I record it, it drops. So in the podcast world, they don't say it airs or it goes live. It drops, that's what they say. The podcast drops every Thursday mid-morning around 10:30, which means that's when it lands in like someone's podcast library that they can listen to it. But I'll record them anytime. It really depends on scheduling, because that's the cool thing about a podcast is it's not live. You can do it ahead of time. And so if I have a guest, I just kind of work around their schedule. But sometimes I might do 2 in a day, or if I'm traveling, I can kind of work around the schedule that way. So if the recording is pretty flexible, then they air or drop every Thursday morning.
That's interesting, actually. So do you do this? Do you record yourself like daily, or do you, what do you do?
Sometimes I record them if it's just me. Like earlier today, I did one, I recorded a podcast. Well, that one I did earlier today wasn't just me. It was actually the founder. He started a company, a brand that we were talking about how he built this product. So I interviewed him today. Then I'll probably tomorrow, I actually have 2 that I'll record just me. And when it's just me talking about a topic, I can kind of do them anytime. So yeah, I'll do probably 3 in these 2 days, and that'll get me 3 weeks ahead because I'll be out of town a little bit.
That's cool. I'm going to ask some more questions,
Okay.
But first, do you have any questions about me?
You're really good at this and you're really comfortable asking questions. Tell me, how old are you?
I am 9 years old.
Okay. And have you ever interviewed anybody before?
Not on radio like this. No,
Really?
never. I have interviewed like on camera my mom, but that's like family camera, personal, blah, blah, blah. Don't want to listen to that.
That's just y'all hanging out at the house playing with it?
Yeah.
That's where you're good though. You're really comfortable in asking the questions.
Thank you.
And then another question I have, do you know what you want to do when you grow up? Like what you want to...
Personally, I'm probably not going to be doing this.
You're not going to be
what I'm
doing
doing
podcast or radio? Well, you're pretty comfortable
Yeah,
with it. So it's something you could consider for sure.
But I am going to do something else social, kind of like this. I'm thinking about, actually, one thing is like this, but the other thing isn't really like this. The first one I think I'm really interested in is coding, actually. I have been watching coding videos. It's really cool. I also have a coding game for my, in elementary school, in Briargate, by the way. For my honors class, we have a coding game that I'm struggling a little on. A question? Not really a question, but you don't want to go into that.
Let's take a minute to talk about Grove Collaborative, one of our sponsors of this week's episode. So natural and plant-based cleaning products, they really do work, but where do you start and which brands do you trust? That's where Grove Collaborative comes in. They've curated an amazing selection of the highest quality, non-toxic, and sustainably sourced items you need. Grove Collaborative is the online marketplace that takes the guesswork out of going green. You can browse their site for thousands of home, beauty, and personal care products, all guaranteed to be good for you, your family, your home, and the planet. I actually just ordered a couple of my favorite Meyer's Clean Day products, and I also got things like a pack of vinegar cleaning wipes, a healing balm, and this really cool all-natural first aid kit, all of which will come in handy for our upcoming hiking trip. So with Grove, the good news is that you don't have to search endlessly online to get all the natural goods that you need. You can join over 2 million households who have trusted Grove Collaborative to make their homes happier and healthier. Plus, shipping is fast and free on your first order. Making the switch to natural products has never been easier. For a limited time, when you go to grove.co/fueled, you'll get to choose a free gift with your first order of $30 or more. But you have to remember to use our special code. So go to grove.co/fueled to get your exclusive offer. That's grove.co/fueled. So coding is one. What's the other thing?
The other thing is, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, YouTube. I'm thinking about maybe getting a gaming channel or a vlogging channel, and if I do successful, I would do like crazy.
Yeah, what would the topic be? What would you be covering?
Topic.
Gaming, you said?
That might be one channel, like name gaming, and then another one might be just my name. And I'm doing vlogs, like in the real world, doing science experiments, blah, 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 a bunch of other stuff, like crazy things, like dropping stuff. This is, by the way, being taken from Unspeakable. I think he's pretty cool. He dropped, like toilets and random stuff from the top of scaffolding into Oobleck. Do you know what Oobleck is?
Mm-mm.
Oobleck is... I'm not sure what it's called, but it can be solid or liquid. If something goes at it fast with high speeds and I don't know what.
So to show the texture of it, he dropped toilets in it to show it.
Yeah, from a scaffolding high up.
That's wild.
So say you're punching it with high speeds and velocity. Yeah, velocity. That's the word I was trying to say before. And you're punching it. It'll act like a solid and your hand will not go through. If it's strong enough, it might crack it and it might go splattering everywhere.
See, I love science experiments, but I wouldn't have even thought of that because I didn't even know about that.
And if you go in slow, like you just dip your hand in, it'll go in like nothing, like it's a liquid.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But
so you might do something like that, like a channel on YouTube that would be science experiments. Maybe dropping toilets off of scaffolding.
Not specifically that. Then that would be probably plagiarizing.
That's true.
Unless it's not a new black.
Good call. That's another thing. Like it is, I think, super important to be original with your ideas. You're right. Yeah, completely.
And sometimes, is that hard sometimes? I mean, you have a very unique podcast. That's cool. I also like the name. How did you come up with that name?
You know why? A lot of people, when they think about health or nutrition, they think diet and stuff like that. And a lot of people think about if they're eating healthfully, they think about what they're not eating, like what they're giving up. But I instead try to look at
opportunity cost.
Well, more about thinking of what you're putting into your body as fuel, like how we fuel our bodies versus thinking about, I'm on a diet. Here's what I'm not eating, or here's this. I'm going to fuel my body. I'm going to nourish my body. So fuel is, I kind of look at it as, a lot of times you think about fueling like athletes, but everyone, like if you just think about like fueling your body for your best performance.
That's very cool. And when you were talking about fueling your body and diet and stuff, that leads into my next question. Since you're a nutritionist,
registered dietitian.
Yep. Diet, so you probably won't know about this. What personally do you think is the best way to lose fat? Like exercise, diet, or like I heard there was a third thing you're supposed to do, but you might not know about that. What do you think?
Okay, so you're right. So diet is one big component. Exercise is another big component. Do you know what the third actually is? It's shocking to people.
No.
Sleep.
Wow.
Can you even believe that?
That explains a lot. My brother, he is 14 years old. He sleeps in like 9 o'clock on weekends. When it's the summer, he usually sleeps in to like 9 to 10 o'clock.
And is his weight good?
Yeah. He is very, very tall for a 14-year-old, and he's probably going to be like extremely tall when he's an adult. He's also very fit. He is in high school. Yeah, high school. And next year he's going to get his driver's permit. That's fun.
That's going to be really cool. He can take you around.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because people think it's like diet. So you're right. Diet's number 1, exercise number 2, sleep is number 3. If people don't get enough sleep, they're chronically like sleep deprived. They're like staying up late and all this.
Yeah.
It actually makes it harder for them to lose body fat. So all 3 of those, but a lot of people will exercise and they'll be like, oh, I'm exercising every day. Well, they're exercising for an hour every day. But that means there's like 23 hours left in the day that they can like eat away all of their hard work. So all of those things are going to matter. So nutrition is big. Exercise is huge because it's a good like mental stress release.
That's really cool.
And, a lot of people eat because they're stressed, Let's pause for a minute to talk about Team 8 Fitness, one of our sponsors for this week's episode. Personal training is the number one way for people to get into shape and really hit their fitness goals. For many, though, there can be barriers to having your own personal trainer, especially when you're working around such a busy schedule. Team 8 Fitness is here to solve those problems, providing you with your very own personal trainer through a virtual service that allows you to work out anywhere, wherever and whenever it's most convenient for you. And as any good trainer does, your Team 8 trainer listens to your goals and creates a custom workout to get the results you want. So manage your workouts, talk with your trainer, and track all of your progress directly through your phone or computer. Take control of your fitness goals today with your virtual personal trainer. Get 50% off your first month when you use the code FUELED at checkout. Go to team8fitness.com to sign up. That's team, the number 8, fitness.com. Use promo code FUELED at checkout to get 50% off your first month. Team 8 Fitness, online training made personal.
I heard... You might not know this 100% since you're not a scientist or anything like that, but you're a nutritionist, so you might know this at the same time. So, I heard that 80% of losing body fat, but you know what I mean.
Right. The stuff you want to lose, right?
Is by eating healthy, and 20% is by exercising. Obviously there's that third component, sleeping, somewhere in there.
No, I think that's a good ratio. I think it varies a lot for people of exactly what it would be, but I think saying 80-20 is a really good rule of thumb, that it's 80% what we eat, it's 20% how we move. And then, by the way, don't forget, like, you want to try to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah.
Let's do one more question and then we'll go back out with your parents and Brad.
Yeah. Actually, I can't really think of any questions. Do you have any more questions for me? Like, obviously, I'm a 9-year-old, so I might not be able to answer all of them, but...
Well, you asked some really good questions, because you asked questions that a lot of adults are thinking. What's the key to losing body fat? And you know what I like that you said? You said the key to losing body fat. I like that versus weight, because nobody wants to just be skinny. You want to lose body fat. You want to keep all the muscle that you can, And so being lean, being fit is really more of the goal than just losing weight.
Like, obviously you want to be thin, but you don't want to be too thin to where you're like a skeleton. Yeah. You don't want to be a skeleton.
So going back to fueling your body so that you have a good muscle, that power, that performance. Do you play sports?
I play soccer. Yes, I do. I've been in soccer for about like 5 years. I've also been in basketball and baseball. It's fun. I once did soccer and basketball. I signed up for both. It's crazy. Actually, this summer, when school is over, I'm going to be having practice like almost like 2 times a day, and games sometimes during the week, and like on all the weekends. It's like I have two games in one day.
So that's one where you'll have to like really focus on how you fuel your body. You have to make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids, staying hydrated, getting those electrolytes, getting a lot of snacks through the day, making sure you're getting that protein with your snacks throughout. So keeping your energy up.
Like bananas, apples, stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then throw in something like yogurt or Greek yogurt with it.
We actually have yogurt. Yes, I love yogurt. We used to have Greek yogurt, and I put honey in it since Greek yogurt is a little too
tart,
boring. Yeah.
I love the Greek yogurt with honey with your fruit. That is a fantastic snack.
That's a yogurt parfait.
Yes. Yeah.
That is my definition of a yogurt parfait.
Yeah. Do you make it or do somebody make it for you?
Usually my mom makes it. I also eat healthy if I eat it.
Yeah.
Since I most of the time don't like what she makes, unfortunately. But my mom cooks for us ever since coronavirus started. She's been following recipes. She's a really good cook. And do you watch the cooking shows like
some
Chopped and stuff like that?
Yeah, some of these.
Yeah. My mom, I keep saying that she would be good on those since she keeps saying, no, I only follow recipes.
But is she as dramatic as those people? Because they're all so dramatic on those shows.
I think that might be a little stage.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But she could maybe play it up to be on one of those shows.
Yeah. She says she's not really good with mixing spices and other stuff. But she gave suggestions in the real world, not like the Chopped people can hear it, but she says what she would do.
Yeah.
And that's very cool.
Yeah.
I also made a Josh secret spice, and it's composed of different spices. It's very sweet.
You made your own spice blend?
What?
You made your own spice blend?
Yeah.
That's
it's
cool.
not too good. Actually, it goes well with like hot desserts. Like it would go, personally, I think it would go well with pancakes and waffles.
Yeah.
And it goes well with banana foster.
No way.
Since it has honey and basil and some, what's it called? Something nut, like nut graham.
Nutmeg?
Nutmeg,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
and cinnamon and other stuff.
No way. But
it's a secret spice, so I'm not going to tell you all of it.
So it's like a savory and sweet.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Like you said, savory and sweet.
That's really cool. Any other cooking tips for our listeners? Or flavor tips or snack tips that are like healthy snacks that you love?
Personally, I don't do the cooking, so although I do help with cooking sometimes. A good snack sometimes would probably be like nectarines, apples, and bananas. I love those. We're almost hitting the 15-minute mark, so I'm about to
Good call, good catch.
So
okay.
I'm going to try to explain this in 10 seconds, probably more. But here's the recipe for good, healthy eggs.
Okay.
You grab a bowl, obviously. You put the yolk in.
You mean crack the whole egg or just the yolk?
Crack the whole egg, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, not obviously, but yeah. Crack the whole egg
goes
in
into
there.
the bowl.
Eggs into the bowl. Stir it up.
Like with a fork, kind of like breaking up that yolk.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. Then you add.
That's the hard part about this podcast and radio, because he and I right now, Josh and I, are like motioning with our hands.
Yeah.
But our listeners can't hear. And then you know what you do? You did this because it's like you try to make the sound effects of what we're doing. But yeah, so whisking it up a little bit with your fork.
Yeah. Okay. Just like stirring.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, then you add like a drop or two of milk, not too much. Okay. Then you stir it up. I had to do it. And then you pour it into a pan and let it sit there. Oh yeah, and you should butter the pan beforehand.
Like a skillet?
Yeah, and set it to like on ours, I'm not really sure the degrees, so this might not be helpful. Sorry about this. But on ours, there's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
We put it between 5 and 6.
Okay.
To melt the butter and do the cooking.
Okay.
We pour it on there, all the mixed eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we let it sit there for 1 minute.
Okay.
Approximately.
Yeah.
Since sometimes we do.
Does it start to get a little foamy and it starts to bubble up?
Yes. Then we flip. I flip it, and then my mom also does this, but I flip it more. I flip it a few times.
Does it stay in a circle the whole time you're flipping it?
No, at a certain point, like after like 3 flips or so, chop it up.
Oh, okay.
And then just stir it around.
So it's like a scrambled egg.
I flip it a couple times. Yeah, I do scrambled. This is how you make scrambled.
Okay.
I love scrambled. That's personally my favorite.
Do you put cheese on it?
No.
Okay, just eggs.
I also, side note, I make it with buttered toast, which is amazing. I love buttered toast.
Who
of course,
doesn't?
there's starch, but it's a breakfast.
Well, who doesn't love buttered toast? I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Someone here is going to be like, well, I don't like buttered toast.
Or they're going to call you out for your carbs. Yeah, but you knew it.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I think that sounds really good.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then, anyway, cut it up, stir it around for a little bit. It should be a golden yellow if it's not. Stir it around for a little more. Then pour it onto your plate.
Perfect.
Put on the toast and enjoy.
Perfect.
Well, we're 2 minutes before hitting the 20-minute mark, and I don't want to be here for too long. That actually leads into what I was going to say. Long, since it might make you fall asleep.
It leads into your yawn.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you going to wrap us up?
I hope you enjoy. This was a lot of fun talking with you, Molly, about,
Nutrition.
Yeah, nutrition.
Doing a podcast.
Fueled. It was a lot of fun learning, and even though mostly it was about me making eggs.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But
I enjoyed it.
This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it as well.
Well, thank you. Oh, and tell our listeners where you're from.
I am actually from Chicago, Illinois. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live since that's a little private.
It'd be a little creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us how you're here in our house right now.
I am here because we traveled to New Orleans to see our grandparents, but our grandma wasn't feeling too good, and we were worried about COVID and stuff, so we couldn't really go to her house. And we just wanted to spend time here, and we also had our uncle and aunt come over
cool.
with their newborn baby, about only like 1 and about 6 months old.
Cute.
Yeah. He was a lot of fun, but he had an ear problem, so they had to go early as well. We
Lots
also
of
saw the
medical
basketball
issues, huh?
game. If you keep track of basketball, we watched the basketball game about
The Pelicans.
Pelicans and Magic. It was a lot of fun. Personally, I don't like TV, but that was a lot of fun. Anyway,
Well, tell us real quick. Tell our listeners how you're in our house right now. I'm
in your house because we drove to LSU to look at the campus, and my dad went to his old fraternity house, LSU.
Your dad and my husband are fraternity brothers.
Yeah. It was Fiji, if you heard of it. Probably not, but if you did, it's Fiji. Anyway, we're past 20 minutes, so we're going to have to wrap it up.
You did a great job.
Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for coming, Molly, and everyone, have a nice day.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
So a huge thank you again to Josh for just playing around with me, having fun with this, and letting me see, wow, this is really fun to be interviewed by anyone, period. It's always fun. It's fun to flip the script and be on the receiving end of the questions, but it's especially fun to do it, be interviewed by someone who's 9 and sees things through a whole different light. So as I mentioned, I'll include contact information in the show notes of this episode. So if you've got kids' questions, send them my way. I am registered dietitian Molly Kimball, and you've been listening to Fueled Wellness and Nutrition, the podcast. And if you would like more Fueled Wellness and Nutrition, head over to mollykimball.com, and you can follow me, Molly Kimball RD, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you haven't yet, please go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Join us next week for another dose of Fueled Wellness and Nutrition. Thanks for listening, and stay focused on living your strongest, healthiest life.